Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 18 of the Arsenal Football Manager series. As always, if you do enjoy today's episode, please drop a like. That would be absolutely amazing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Lots more to come in the upcoming months for Football Manager. So we're going to start today's episode having a little look at Odsonne Edouard, who is actually in form. He's been scoring some goals for us. As you can see from the screen below, he's now got 2-2 in the Champions League, 5-5 in the Premier League, nothing in the Carabao Cup. He's played a couple of times for our under-23s as well, got himself a hat-trick in the Papa John's Trophy that nobody really cares about. But it's good to see him actually making an improvement because we've not been able to do anything with him since he's really been at the club. He only got 2 in 17 last season when we signed him for 21 million. But he has got 5 in 11 and 1 player of the match this season, a 6.96 average rating. I really want to try and get that up if we can do, but he's been in absolutely brilliant form just lately, and I'm really hoping that he's now turned a corner, because I did say that this was his time. He had to try and do it this season. He had up until Christmas, maybe even the end of the year at a push, and we might be shipping him out of the club, but it looks as though he's starting to settle down here at Arsenal and grabbing himself a few goals. So since our last episode then, where we beat Bilbao by 1-0 in the Champions League and Wolves 2-0 in the Premier League, we've actually played 11 games off camera. The reason for this is I just wanted to find something interesting in terms of schedule for you guys to watch. We were going to come back for the Milan and the Brighton games, but due to our double win over Zenit St. Petersburg, we beat them by 2-1 away from home and 3-1 at the Emirates. That actually put us through in the Champions League to the knockout stages. So the Milan game and the Bilbao game were just complete dead rubbers. So today's episode should be exciting. We've got Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Premier League and Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium. United currently in 7th, Chelsea in 5th. It's a very tight league. I'll show you that in a minute. But off camera, obviously, like I said, we beat Zenit by 2-1. A double from Emile Smith-Rowe in this one. We gave him a chance and he truly delivered. But it was Zenit who took the lead in this game pretty early on. 2 minutes in, it took them a simple ball over the top. And Azmoun, who put the ball away into the net for a 1-0 lead for them. I will show you the 2 Smith-Rowe goals, though. 15 minutes it took him. This first one was a really nice finish. And Emile Smith-Rowe has had his chance in the last few games off camera, and he's actually done really well. I'm very impressed with him. And he's given me a problem out on that left-hand side. Here's the second goal. This was the really nice goal, actually. The first one was a tap-in, but this came in the 80th minute. Lovely curling effort into the bottom right-hand corner to give us all 3 points in the Champions League and put us on the verge of that qualification. But unfortunately for us, we followed that up with a 2-1 defeat at the Liberty Stadium against Swansea. We did take the lead in the 59th minute through Pepe, but Cullen and Thomas, a little double from them in the space of about 5 minutes, gave Swansea their first 3 points and their first victory of the season. They'd lost the first 9 games in a row, and this was their first win, unfortunately, against us. We did bounce back, though. A 4-0 victory against Aston Villa at the Emirates, a double from Saka, Guendouzi, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang getting the goals for us there. The 3-1 victory at home to Zenit, Icone, Szoboszlai, and Hector Bellerin grabbing the goals for us in that one. But once again, we suffered a little bit of a Champions League hangover. 2-2 away at Turf Moor against Burnley, which on the face of it isn't a bad result, but we were absolutely awful. Ashley Barnes scoring in the 30th and 52nd minute. We did mount a comeback, though, which was good to see. Aubameyang in the 64th and Icone in the 93rd minute, getting us a point from Turf Moor. Another good result at the Emirates, though, against Crystal Palace. A Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang hat-trick in that one, along with Nicola Pepe grabbing a goal as well. And then we were already through at this stage in the Champions League when we beat Milan by 3-2. And it was Odsonne Edouard who grabbed himself a double. This was the start of his little scoring run. Reece Nelson scoring in the 10th minute, a double from Edouard, Ibrahimovic and Murky getting the goals for Milan. And then away from home, at the American Express Community Stadium, Brighton. We won 4-0. Of course, Brighton were our bogey team last season, but a double from Pepe. Thomas Partey got in on the act as well as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. A nice, comfortable 3-0 victory at the Emirates against Norwich. Once again, Odsonne Edouard on the score sheet in this one, and it was 2 excellent goals from him in the 21st and the 83rd minute, I believe. Lovely finish, this one from Edouard. He's just starting to get a little bit of confidence flowing through him now. And then we had Pepe from the penalty spot. We won't show you that, but here's Edouard's goal in the 83rd minute. Ball in from Szoboszlai, palmed away by Tim Krul, but Edouard was sharp and he was ready to pounce in that game, giving us the win against Norwich. 2-0 at home against Everton. Edouard on the score sheet again in the 35th minute, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang wrapping it up. And then away from home against Athletic Bilbao, we won by 2-1 in our final Champions League group game. This is the side that I put out there, a real sort of second team if you take out Bellerin and possibly Maitland-Niles. But this was a really good performance from us. They did have a man sent off, Raul Garcia, in the 6th minute. Willian scoring in the 19th. Eddie Nketiah getting on the score sheet as well in the 74th minute. So absolutely brilliant to see. So that run off camera puts us top of the Premier League table on 37 points. We have played a game less than Liverpool as well, so a chance for us to move 3 points clear of them at some point. I'm not sure if that's in today's episode, actually. No, it's on. Both games are on Saturdays, United and Chelsea. Both on Saturdays, but really good form from us. Liverpool sat in 2nd, Spurs in 3rd on 33 points, Man City in 4th, Chelsea in 5th on 29. They've only played 13 games and they're on a decent run. 9 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. But even at this stage, coming up to the halfway point in the season, teams at the top are losing games, so we're still in with a real shout. Reading, Swansea, both really struggling at the bottom. Of course, Swansea's only victory all season coming against us by 2-1. Fulham have dropped off a bit as well. They're now in mid-table, so unfortunate for them. As you can see, in the Champions League, we are through to the first knockout round. Maximum points from our league, which is brilliant to see. In the FA Cup, the draw has been done. We're going to be playing Coventry away in the 3rd round. But just jumping back to the Champions League, I think the draw is actually straight after the Manchester United game. We'll just double check that in a second, but I'm sure it's between the United game and the Chelsea game. So we'll see that in today's episode. So first of the two today then, it's Manchester United at Old Trafford. It's a huge game for us, and this is the side we are putting out there. We're at full strength, pretty much full fitness as well. Leno starts in goal. Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney at the back. Holding is coming in actually for Saliba, who is currently suspended. Saliba continuing that great form. Tonali and Partey in the middle. Saka on the left. Pepe on the right. Aouar just playing off Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up top. Maitland-Niles, Taylor, Diallo, Guendouzi, Icone, Szoboszlai and Edouard all on the bench. I did toy with playing Edouard today and playing Aubameyang from the left, but Saka's been in great form. He's grabbing himself some goals this season. 5 in 9 in the Premier League. He's got a goal in the Community Shield and the Champions League as well. And he's just improving in all areas. So Saka is going to play. Of course, we're going to play Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up top. He's on 16 goals at the moment this season. I'm not quite sure if he's on par with last... Well, yeah, he is. He's on course to score more Premier League goals this season than what he did last season, the 32-year-old. He's also just retired from international football as well. So that really helps us out. It keeps him fresh, but hopefully he's not got his mind on retiring in club football. Right, let's do this then. Here's the Man United lineup. They've got a couple of new faces in there, Sabitzer and Castrovelli, who starts for them in central midfield. They've not made an absolutely amazing start to the season. They've been okay. So we'll see what they're about and what we're about today. This is our opportunity. I mean, when you think about the games that we've had off camera, they are games that we really should have won. Good save by Leno there early on in this match. They are games that we really should have won and that you'd expect us to win, which we've done, and that's great. But we're now in with the big dogs. These next 4 games are going to be massive for us to see what we're really about. But United coming forward with Alex Telles. knocks it in towards Donny van der Beek. Can we apply a little bit of pressure? They've still got a very similar back four, so hopefully we can punish them a little bit. But we've got to stop players like Marcus Rashford. Great block there. Comes out to Pepe and then Thomas Partey. Oh, and that's awful. How has that not gone in? That's a real let-off at the back. What an absolute mess. We need to tell this defence to concentrate a little bit. I think United are really going to be up for this today, though. As you can see, they're 7th in the Premier League, but they're not far off those Champions League places. They need to find a little bit of consistency in their game, but we're here to hopefully punish them today. Here's Thomas Partey, finds Tonali, and we find Bukayo Saka on this left-hand side. Here's Aouar, who's had a great season. Great ball through. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Great save by, I think it's David De Gea in the United goal. Out for an Arsenal corner. Can we find a goal before half-time? Tonali puts the ball in. Danger gets cleared. Only as far as Rob Holding, though. And that highlight will end. But it looks like, I was going to say we might go into half-time at 0-0. But there is another opportunity. Holding knocking it wide towards Nicolas Pepe, who's another man that's been in good form. Great tackle by Telles, but it only finds Aubameyang. Can he get round his man Lindelof? Yes, he can, and he finds the net as well. 17th goal of the season for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, basically confirming that it was the right decision to play him up front today instead of Odsonne-Edouard. United have got a bit unlucky. It's a great tackle by Telles, but Lindelof cannot match up to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Lovely finish, and we might go into the break with the lead. So I've just told the boys not to get complacent at half-time. We've managed to work ourselves back into this game, which has been really, really good. Ball pumped downfield towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's got a one-on-one with Lindelof again, and he almost gets tripped. And he finds Pepe, whose shot gets blocked. Marcus Rashford will clear this away for United. Here come Manchester United on the break, though. Good ball through by Bruno Fernandes. Great tackle by Gabriel, but it only comes out to Marcus Rashford. Bellerin stands him up, but it looks as though... I thought that had a potential penalty shout about it. I'm really surprised that that's not gone to VAR, but United are getting on with it. We're not. Here's Rashford, just wide. I've just dropped us back from positive to balanced. Of course, United had a game in the Champions League as well, and Nicolas Pepe just puts that one over the top of the crossbar. So they might have one or two players who are getting a little bit tired in their squad, and they might need to freshen it up a bit. So far, we're doing okay. Just trying to kill this game off now with 7 minutes to go. Lower tempo, bit of time wasting. We're going to play for set pieces as well. And I think we'll make a couple of changes. We'll take off Nicolas Pepe and we'll bring on Icone. We may actually just push Aubameyang onto that left-hand side where Saka is and replace him with Odsonne-Edouard. We've got one more substitution in us as well. So we'll see how that goes with a few minutes left. It's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time, and it's looking like we're going to take all 3 points from Old Trafford. We do. A 1-0 victory. Really, really good result. We actually, stats-wise, came out much better from this game. 14 shots, 4 on target. XG was higher. Possession was higher. And we are proving to be an absolutely outstanding team this season. Let's have a look at what that does for the league table. We'll just skip the press conference. So as it stands, we're top by 3 points. Man City did lose as well to Tottenham Hotspur, who leapfrogged them into 3rd place. Aside from that, no other results at the moment that will affect us. There's bound to be a few games on the Sunday. But what a time to get the goal. 41 minutes just before half-time, and a great place to go and win at Old Trafford. Oh, we've just had the youth intake preview. So apparently we've got at least one of the goalkeepers is a great prospect, a top prospect in central midfield, attacking midfielders to keep an eye on, a forward who could be considered a fine prospect. We have one good Welsh goalkeeper who has caught the eye. But aside from that, it's not as though it's going to be a golden generation. We've got a few negatives in there, but a couple of positives to maybe look forward to. So big games coming up on the weekend. Everton taking on Chelsea, who are in 5th place. Liverpool will play Fulham. Let's cycle on and see how those results go. And wow, one result did favour us. Everton beat Chelsea by 2-0, knocking them down to 6th. Liverpool beat Fulham 9-1. telling us that they are basically not going anywhere. They've caught up a little bit on the goal difference, but it's not enough to knock us off top spot as it stands. But wow, Fulham are really slipping down now. Maybe their European campaign is starting to have a bit of an effect on them. Yes, so we're right. The Champions League first knockout round draw is going to be made today. Let's have a look at who we are going to get. I'm not sure whether we're seeded or not, so we'll just cycle through. There's some big names in here. Yeah, we are. We're seeded. So we're going to be playing one of these unseeded teams, I assume. Let's have a look. Draw next team. So Benfica will play against Manchester United. Madrid will play Arsenal. Wow, that's a huge tie. Absolutely massive tie. Atletico Madrid in the first knockout round of the Champions League. You know, that we don't mess about at this stage. The big games are going to come thick and fast. And Ajax will finish off against Dortmund. So that's the full draw. Milan playing Leipzig. Real Madrid against PSG. Barcelona against Man City. Inter against Bayern. Liverpool against Porto. And Ajax will play Borussia Dortmund. So absolutely huge tie coming up. And that will be in the middle of February. So second of the two games today, then, it's Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium. They have kind of caught up a little bit on their games, and they now sit in fourth position on 32 points. So they're chasing us down a little bit, but they are still 8 points behind us. They have got a game in hand. In terms of team selection, I'm not sure quite what we're going to do today. We've got a couple of little injuries. I am tempted to play Odsonne Edouard because he's been in good form. We're going to put him in the team. He's going to play up front. Aubameyang will play from the left-hand side. We'll get Saliba back in for Rob Holding. And then Holding can come onto the bench for Diallo, who's got an injury at the moment. 5 to 10 days for a pulled abdominal muscle. We need to take Maitland-Niles off the bench as well. And let's throw in... trying to think. Let's go for Darun. And we'll take out Guendouzi. And we'll also bring in... let's bring in Reece Nelson. Why not? Because I think that he needs a little bit of game time here and there. So just the one change from the side that beat Man United by a goal to nil. Sorry, two changes. Edouard and Saliba in. So Leno in goal. Bellerin, Saliba, Gabriel and Tierney. Tonali and Partey in the middle. Aubameyang on the left. Pepe on the right. Our supporting Odsonne Edouard up top. On the bench, Darun, Taylor, Holding, Nelson, Icone, Szoboszlai and Saka. Let's get into this game. Fingers crossed we can get another full house today and get another 3 points. Another thing to note, Chelsea have also signed James Ward-Prowse, so he's going to feature in their side today. I'm actually really pleased about that victory we got against Man United. That's a really big result for us when you consider the games that we've got coming up and the fact that we want to stay top of this league. And coming up towards half-time, there's been absolutely no action in this first half. No highlights whatsoever. So we're just going to say to the boys at half-time, we're going to pump fists, and we're going to say that the media have given us a lot of credit. Let's put on a worthy display. We are going to say to the attackers that I'm not happy with the finishing, and the midfield not happy with the playmaking efforts, purely based on the fact that there's just been no highlights. We haven't created anything. We've had more shots and shots on target, but nothing really of notes. Chelsea, absolutely nothing. Pretty disappointing from them. There is a highlight though, and it's Ziyech who has a shot. Good save by Leno. First highlight of the entire game in the rain. It's going to go out for a Chelsea corner. Ward-Prowse is going to take it. Cleared comfortably by Thomas Partey though. I'm going to demand more from the boys. I think that this game is there for the taking. We have got an injury though to Aouar, which is not good news. Potential foot injury is never good, but we've got a ready-made replacement in Dominic Szoboszlai. Let's tell him we want to see a good performance from him today. We'll keep an eye on the fitness, but as it stands, this is kind of drifting out into a bit of a ball draw. Another chance for Chelsea. From a free kick, though, it looks as though it's going to be James Ward-Prowse that's going to take it, and he stands over it. He strikes. Oh, and it's just gone over the top of the crossbar. We've had no highlights for ourselves whatsoever today. Couple of late changes from us. We have brought on Saka and Icone. Are Chelsea going to nick this at the end? Free header from Zuma over the top of the crossbar. There's going to be 5 minutes of added time, but it looks as though we've featured this out into a 0-0 draw. A little bit disappointing, really, on the face of it. I'll just tell the boys at full time they were unlucky. I want to try and keep that morale up as and where possible. But I've been looking for exciting games off camera, and unfortunately for you today, especially in this game, in the Chelsea game, we haven't managed to find it. So let's have a look at how bad this injury is to Aouar. Please don't be bad. 3 to 4 weeks. A twisted ankle. It's not great, so we'll leave him to the physio, but it will give our man Dominic Szoboszlai a little bit of a chance to feature more in this side. So, do you know what? Not too bad in terms of results today. A 1-0 victory against Man United, a 0-0 against Chelsea. We'll take it. In terms of the Premier League table, still sit top of the Premier League by a point from Liverpool after playing the same games. Tottenham in third. Could put a bit of pressure on us if they win their game in hand. But actually, it's a decent result against Chelsea because we take points away from them. It means that we keep that gap as and where it stands. So in terms of the schedule, we're actually not going to play any games off camera. We have to come back for the Liverpool game at Anfield and the Tottenham game at the Emirates Stadium. That's going to be huge in episode 19, so make sure you join me for that. That will be out on Wednesday, usual time of 6 p.m. But we'll leave it there, should I say, for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please drop a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.